State your name.
My name is Anthony Applegate. Lived in Las Vegas for about 20 years. Grew up on the east side of Vegas. Charleston and Christie, Hollywood Lake Mead, Washington Pecos.
Yeah.
And my stepdad was actually my second stepfather was in Vietnam. And when he got out the war, it was pretty bad. He used to torture me and my little brother from the age of 6 all the way to 17. He used to torture us like POWs. You know, there would be times we would come home from school and he'd be in the house drunk, high, he'd start tripping, and he would just start throwing us around, choking us out, just stomping us out. One of the most common forms of punishment at home was for us to put our hands up. He would make us strip down butt naked, and he would make us put our hands in the air like this. And we would have to face the wall. And he would make us keep our hands up all night for hours. Sometimes we wouldn't even go to school in the morning. He would keep us at home. My mom would go to work, and he would just be in the house just torturing me and my little brother. It was bad. I finally left the house at age 17. I had enough. I ran away, and I started hanging out with some friends from school, and that's when I started getting involved in drugs, and started smoking weed and started drinking. And from the age of from 17 to 27, I was just caught up in Vegas. I was in and out of jail. I was facing prison time. I was homeless. I got shot in the chest in 2005. I was hanging out with some graffiti writers from OFA and PM, and we were out tagging, and then we got into it with some guys in the street. A guy shot me in the chest, and it was bad that night. I was smoking crack that night, and I was drunk, and it was crazy just being in and out of jail. It was crazy just being homeless, and it was crazy just having that sorrow and that pain. And to make matters worse, in the midst of all that, my wife, we lost our baby, our firstborn daughter. She died. She was only 7 months old, and that just threw me for an entirely different loop. Being caught up in addiction, being caught up in that mind state, just being suicidal, and just not having no direction, not having no passion in my heart, just being consumed by madness and consumed by wickedness. Once that happened, that's when I turned my back on God. I remember standing in Paradise Park one night. It was like it was like 2 in the morning, and I was standing in Paradise Park, and I started cursing God. I started asking him, why you do this? Why? Well, what did I do to deserve to have to live in that type of life? You know. And I remember that night, I felt like that God wasn't there anymore. And it wasn't until 2007 until somebody came up to me one day and they told me about how my life could change. They came up to me, they told me about how I didn't have to live the same way anymore, how things could change. And I didn't believe them. I was like, yeah, right, this is Las Vegas. Nobody helps anybody in this city. What do you mean you're gonna help me? Really? And you know, these guys were sincere. And they began to explain to me about how their lives were caught up, about how they were in drugs and how they were in and out of jail. And I was watching these guys, and I was looking at them. I was like, man, you know what? These guys don't sound the same anymore. They don't look the same. You know, there's something different about these guys. And they began to pray for me. And that day when they prayed, something happened. And things have never been the same since. They began to pray. They began to disciple. They began to teach me. They began to show me the way. And it's been almost 5 years now. It'll be 5 years in March. I haven't smoked a cigarette. I haven't tasted any alcohol. I haven't done any drugs. I don't cuss anymore. And I've just been on this mission to go back into the streets and to find other people and let them know, look, man, you know, you don't have to keep living that way. There is a way out. There is, you know, all that madness will stop. There's only one way, through the power of God. You know, you know, no matter what you've gone through, no matter how bad it seems, no matter how much you turn your back on God, no matter what, that He's more than sufficient. That nothing will separate you from the love God has for you. God has love for you. God has so much love for you. There's no angel in heaven. There's no demon in hell. There's no depth. There's no height. There's no night. There's no day that can separate you from the love God has for you.
Amen.
Yeah.
You can see the joy on you, man, now that you're walking where you got the Holy Spirit all over. You're glowing right now, man.
Yeah, it's great. And I'm trying to find also some people out there that be writing, all those graph artists, all those MCs, all those true school B-boys that's representing that true school flavor, the things of the hip-hop culture. Continue to keep utilizing those gifts and talents to target the community. Keep help elevating the community, bringing unity in the community. That's what it was about originally. That's what the foundation was paid for us for. That's what God gave us these capabilities, to continue to keep helping edify other families and keep bringing knowledge and truth, wisdom and understanding, as well as fun into people's lives all across the world.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Oh yeah, for sure.